All right, hockey fans, good afternoon and welcome to Westchester, Pennsylvania for the 2016 ACHA Division II National Championship Tournament. Today it is Pool A action as the NYU Violets take on the Penn State Ice Lions here on Rink 2 here from Westchester, Pennsylvania. So we welcome into the broadcast. Some teams getting ready to go for our opening puck drop. You just heard your starting lineups and national anthem. Mr. Broderick is joining us here on the call as well. He'll be joining me for play-by-play later on in this game as well. How are you doing, sir?
We're doing all right. We got a couple of good teams here. A team that's got a lot of heart, and a team that's, that of course was the national champions last year. And the story continues to get better for NIU. The goalie that they were playing their hearts out for last year, Sam Daly. Well, guess what? He's back. He's playing. He's fully healthy. He's getting his, his degree. I think he's trying to become a dentist or something like that. I keep forgetting. He's just doing it all, and it's great to see Sam in goal, and it's great to see NYU back as always. It's not really a national championship without the Violets in it, I guess.
The Violets trying to repeat as national champions after winning in Salt Lake City a season ago as they win the opening faceoff, sending it in. Liz Consol, they race up the near boards, comes to the top of the play. Moeller with a shot that just went wide. Comes to the far side now. Ripley will backhand it down low. Esposito had trouble holding on to it. Instead, he'll get it back from a teammate. Now has it in the corner. Back to the top of the point. Ashton Ripley now moves back over the far side. Esposito can't control. It's picked up by the Ice Lions. Pass floated through the neutral zone all the way back down. Moeller will go after it. Penn State in the middle of their first change. Just 30 seconds in. As Moeller gets that bended turnover, but unable to hold on to it was number 10, Colin Sadrowski. It comes back to center ice. Penn State's going to get the first penalty of the game. As Sadrowski on that back check will now head to the box, and NYU with an early chance to strike on the power play here. Just 19-11 left here in the first.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of bodies going down with some of the players losing some edges. It looks like there's definitely some wet spots. You can actually see some on the center of the ice going from crease to crease. Matt, it's that the tripping doesn't seem to be a surprise to me as with the conditions of the ice currently early on.
So the tripping call to number 10 for the Ice Lions, Colin Sadrowski, leads to the first power play for NYU this afternoon. Penn State, actually it's a slashing call, is what they ended up giving him the call. It could have been a series of calls. Here comes NYU. It's Gallegos who's sending it. Gallegos, thank you. As Penn State, Sean will be helping me with pronunciations throughout the broadcast.
Especially with NYU. Finocchio, this is number 2.
Okay, Sean, a member of William Patterson's broadcast crew. Thank him for joining us, along with the rest of the ACHA folks here this weekend.
My pleasure.
It's NYU looking to break it out. In a minute 15 left on the power play as they go up the far side to Ripley. Gains the blue line, center pass to Kovalevsky, who shoots to the near side. Consolado didn't get a whole lot on that shot attempt, a little wide. Consolado top of the point is Warren can't hold on to that puck. And it's sent all the way back down by Penn State. Back is Zorn for NYU. He'll look to bring it forward himself. Pass it over the far side, Esposito. Pass the blue line, NYU looking to set up now to the top of the point, Ripley. 45 seconds remaining in the power play. It's down low to Esposito, sold away by Penn State. Takes a deflection back out to center ice. Consolado went a bound near side of first. As Consolado goes hard into the boards, looks like maybe a knee. He hobbles back to his bench. NYU still trying to break out of their zone with 30 seconds left in the power play.
Yeah, definitely something lower body. I think he just got an edge there against the boards. Just a dangerous area.
With another clear as they were able to kill it off another couple of seconds. Only 15 left in the power play. 2.5 minutes gone here in the first period. NYU and Penn State. NYU, the number 1 team out of the Northeast Division in this pool, taking on the number 4 team out of the Southeast region in the Penn State Nittany Lions. Or Ice Lions, excuse me. There's a shot from NYU, saved by Degatano. Now back to the top of the circle, a shot is blocked in front. Penn State able to gather it, but they're out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Moving forward, Josh Singling gives it to the near side. Abraham Edson holds near side now. Tries a backhand pass. It was cut off by the Violets. 2-on-2 battle now in the corner. Kovalevsky enters the fray as he has it behind the net, being pressured by Edson. Comes out in front, but a poke check from NYU. Now top of the point, a shot by Leesy's line. Puck trickles here to the near side. NYU just trying to break it out at this point. 16:30 to go here in the period. Comes to the top of the point. Demeester with a shot. It's blocked in front. Penn State for the top of the point. Gets through traffic. Daly makes his first save of the day. Still loose in front. And Palabotti's in front. Finally, the puck comes in the far side. Another shot from Lees. This one deflected here to the near side. Picked up by NYU. Nice stretch pass. Finds O'Hara. He's got 4 9s to deal with. As he's forced to just play it along to make a change.
Yeah, that's like what they like to do sometimes with O'Hara. Not all that much, but they will catch you off guard with that every once in a while.
David Morgan sending it into the NYU zone as the Penn State ice lines try to clear. Puck takes a deflection high in the air, bounces in a slot, a drive, score!
Nice shot. Oh my goodness.
David Morgan with a slap shot from the top of the point, and NYU gets the first lead of the game, 1-0, 15:47 to go.
You know what, there's nothing special about this one, but it was a great shot, okay? It is simple. Loose puck, Fisher able to come in, to make sure it didn't go offside, and he just to use the old term, gripped it, ripped it, and beat him on the, looked like it was the top left shelf, and there you go.
Just Morgan's third goal of the season, and it's a big one for the Violets as they take the early lead here just about 5 minutes into the first period.
I think that's going to go unassisted, I believe. But we'll see.
We'll wait to hear the goal call from downstairs as the Violets look for more, sending it in on Delgatano, who will make the save. So Curtis Fisher will get the credit for assist, so it'll be his 7th assist of the season. Just a lone assist on the goal. 15:32 to go here in our opening period. The Violets with a 1-0 lead. Esposito down low, has it made it front and scores! Kowalewski in front. And the Violets double their lead, 15:25 left.
Yeah, that just another great play there by, I believe, Caslato. Esposito, I apologize. Kowalewski just sitting out there in front. I mean, that's really just what you go. It's clockwork in practice. That's a play you can do in your sleep. It's the patented Wayne Gretzky play behind the net, right in front, and Kowalewski's able to finish it off.
So that'll be Kowalewski's 15th of the season as the Violets begin their title defense on a very strong note. 2 goals in 4.5 minutes. They lead 2-0 here in the first period.
22 seconds between the 2 goals. Esposito is the lone assist, along with Fisher being the lone assist on the first one. So these are 2 guys that don't score all that often from what I can tell. I don't think Kowalewski has that too many. He's got 14. He's got 14, make it 50. He's actually second in goals.
Yeah, so he's actually got a lot.
He's got a lot of goals. I'm not familiar with. Usually I'm with O'Hara, Esposito, those guys.
That's 20 assists for Esposito. Another shot from the point is saved. This one by Delgatano. It breaks out the ice lines the other way. Pinocchio trying to get a stick on that one as he sends it in. It goes in the corner with 1-on-1 battle. Down there was Ryan Urban for the Penn State ice lines. Now a 3-on-2 battle here on the near side. Gallega's able to get it back out to center ice. Penn State will go D to D. Kyle Lees will send it all the way in back into the NYU zone. Penn State really hasn't had much of an offensive opportunity. Great check behind the net. That was number 7, Francis Forney, for the ice lines with the hit back behind the net.
If that's the same man I interviewed last year, he can hit him.
Turnover by NYU in the offensive zone. Breaks out. Francis Forney passes it to the near side. Now, Boyd Demeester, a good check by Gillette here on the near side, right in front of us.
Yeah.
Able to upend the man to just dump the puck in. Top of the point, leads a drive. It's denied in front. No shot and score! Joe Bonizelli answers the 2 goals from NYU, and it's 2-1 with 14:14 to go.
I think this one's got to make him to be pretty decent game here, Matt. We're just under 5 minutes. We already got 3 goals scored here. Great job there from Penn State, just continuing that pressure. You got to stay down. You got to be able to stay down low and just nab those rebounds. That's what Bonizelli did. Finish it. That's it. That's literally all it was. That one may. Well, I'll let the announcer do it.
Bonizelli now 3rd on the team in goals scored. It's his 14th of the season. And that's a big one for the Ice Lions as they were able to cut the lead along here. NYU now pressing the issue here as they come back in front. This one denied by Penn State over the far side. Pass through traffic, comes through a couple sticks, no harm, no fouls. It comes back out to center ice. 1-on-1 battle between Orn and Edson. Brings it back in the NYU zone. O'Hara with time. As Penn State retreats over the far side, tapped along by Orn. Unable to hold on to it though. Forces the Violets back in their own end. Over to the near side. Try to leave it for his defenseman. It's turned over. Now here's Monkman on the far side. Monkman battling with Jorgensen on that far side. Finally passes it poked away from him. O'Hara tries to play it back for for Oren. And it goes all the way down. This will be icing on NYU. Stoppage of play. 13 to go here in our opening period. 2-1 to score. The Violets up ahead here just by one.
Yeah, sometimes it takes that real quick couple of scores to get a team to say, oh, hey, we got a hockey game to play. Let's get going. Looks like Penn State has definitely gotten that message.
Well, of course, NYU has been off for a good some time as they were the top seed on the Northeast to get. They had the automatic bid. They didn't have to go to the regional tournament.
Yeah, well, William Patterson. The last game that they played was against William Patterson.
Yes,
so ACHA final.
Well, that's a good game to finish a regular season on, I would say.
Oh, it was a fantastic game, low scoring, tight game that could have gone into it.
Here comes NYU. A shot is wide of DeGaetano. Over the near side, sprawling as he tried to play it down low was Fisher. Breaks out the ice. They send it into the NYU bench. Coaches look like they're okay. As that was number 8. That's Robert Fouth that tried to dump that puck in. The short benches here on the rinks here in Westchester. We were mentioning William Patterson, a 5-1 victory over Lindenwood. 6-1 win over Lindenwood earlier this afternoon. Other pool winners in the first round of games, we had Utah beat Miami by a score of 4-2. The Florida Gulf Coast Eagles 11-1 shellacking over King State here on this rink earlier, and then you had Grand Valley State a winner over Utah State as well. He's battling for in the NYU zone here on the near side. Penn State will now break it out. Forney will just chip it back out to neutral ice. Back over the far side, pass off target by NYU. The ice line's offside though. Gives the NYU the opportunity to send it the other way. Esposito in hot pursuit. Goes after it. Demeester got to it first. Shipped up the far boards. NYU will cut it off. Consolado from his knees makes a nice play.
Yeah.
Able to keep it in the zone. Down low now as Esposito. He's bumped out the puck. Another man in front had Consolado, but unable to pull the trigger this time. That's how they scored their second goal of the game.
Yeah, there were some more sticks in the way that time.
But they were ready for that one.
They wanted to make sure that was sealed off.
NYU forced it into the near corner. Esposito with a good check as it's sent around to the far boards. Consolado, top of the point. Pinocchio will send it back down low. Consolado can't control. Now he gets it back. It's on the backhand. It's saved by DeGaetano. And he'll hold on with 11:29 remaining here in our opening period.
Yeah, again, NYU is starting to get getting a lot of things going. You're very sharp right now with the puck movement. Very quick. There's not a lot of time to think when you're playing this game. You just got to go. And they've been doing a good job, and right now they've been hitting on those spots so far.
Penn State trying to break the puck out. It goes off of a ice line stick back to NYU. Sends it on net to DeGaetano. He's able to send it aside. Stretch pass by Vincent was too far for number 27. That's Edson to hold on to. Now it breaks out NYU the other way.
Ooh.
Another chance, but a good poke check from Penn State. Moves down low in front, brings around the boards. Boyder will keep it in. Fired a shot that just went wide though. Penn State will try again. They'll bring it up the near side this side. Brandon Herman. Herman on his own, 3-on-3, come to the ice lines. Looking for something in front, just trying to leave it. Thought he had a man with him. Instead, stolen away by NYU and set up the near boards. Both teams in the middle of changes as Penn State holds on it. Looking for the stretch pass for O'Donnell. Waved off, no icing though. Collision on the far boards. Breaks out Penn State with a shot. It's saved by Daly. So loose in front of the slot. Cleared out to the point. Penn State can't keep it in. On the near side, set back in on Daly. This one he'll cover. And we're in a whistle. Penn State gets an offensive draw coming up here with 10:14 left. In period number 1. 2-1 your score. NYU. 2 goals in the first 4.5 minutes answered by a Penn State goal. It's our score so far here today.
Yeah, it was less than a minute. It was literally less than a minute later. Almost 30 seconds really. The Penn State answer. And it's just been back and forth so far.
NYU's had most of the control, but Penn State has had its fair share of opportunities as O'Hara will bring it around the boards. DeGaetano will stay in his crease, can't get to it in time. Jorgensen near side, gives it to Arnescu, can't try a shot. That was blocked in front.
See, it's contact like that is why I never played any kind of collision sports like football.
O'Hara bumped off the puck as it goes to the corner. He takes a good check at foul as it comes here to the near side. Stefan Horgus looking to break it up the near side. It gets back out to neutral ice. No further though. Jorgensen past the blue line with a shot. It's gloved down by Degatano. We'll hold on. Put another whistle here with 9:31 to go. Hey, there's our media timeout. So media timeout on the ice. We'll take it as well. We're with 9:31 remaining here in the first period. I want to remind everybody that we want to thank everybody for joining us here for the 2016 ACHA Division II National Championship Tournament. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Greatskate.com, Sherwood, Harrow Sports, the official apparel provider of the ACHA, as well as all the other sponsors that have made this tournament and this weekend possible. We'd also like to thank the Westchester Visitors Bureau, the Iceland Quad Rinks, App Hammer, and our broadcast partners from the University of Utah. So we're bringing you all 27 games here live, free of charge here on YouTube. As you saw, the first 4 games happened earlier today. We have another set of 4 that are currently going on. Some of the other games that are happening on Rink 1, you've got Arizona State and Arizona State Elite taking on Michigan State.
That's a good one.
That's a real good game. And we have Lindenwood Belleville. They're already up early on Boston University in Pool D action. Also got NYU Penn State. That's what we're broadcasting from right now. And then Liberty University taking on ASU's Maroon Squad. That's over on Rink 4. Lots of options here for the fans if they want to watch some hockey.
Absolutely.
Back underway halfway through the first period as the Ice Lions look to break it out here. They come 3-on-3 the other way. Good check on the far side. That's number 12, Gabriel Gillette.
Beautiful.
Able to deny that opportunity for Penn State. They keep the zone though. Pass over down low. Looking for DeVolt was on the his stick. He takes a tumble over on that far side. NYU trying to break the puck out. Potential hand pass, but it's negated by NYU. Comes out in front. Able to send it back in with Demeester. NYU will try again. Up ahead for Lipkin. He again can't hold on to it. Turns it over here to the near side. Bonazelli, he's got the goal for Penn State. Gives it to the top of the point. A shot from Demeester is saved by Daly. Run up the near side. Demeester will bump it into the NYU bench and we'll get a stoppage of play with 8:39 left. Thoughts so far through this? It's been a fast-moving period here so far.
Yeah, absolutely. There's only been that one slashing call early on, and the game has just been back and forth. Not much stoppage. A lot of movement. I feel like both of these teams play very similarly, and I think that's gonna make it for a competitive game here.
NYU able to win that face-off as the puck takes a deflection on the stick, still finds Moeller. His pass was off target as puck just bouncing back and forth right now as it comes back to Consolado, near side Moeller. Esposito got a stick on it, had to just tap into the far side. Ripley will float it high in the air. Gloved down by Penn State, but setting right back in. Backhanded over the far side, Beck. Finds the center pass, just tapped along. Ripley will keep it in though for NYU as he fires a shot. That's blocked by Edson.
I don't know how he's still on his feet.
And he didn't even phase him.
Most of the stuff that comes off of that dude's stick, it averages at least 70, if not more.
He's definitely one of the taller players in the national tournament field, regardless of the team.
6'5" and probably like 6'8" on skates.
A tall task to try and guard, and here he comes with a big hit at center ice.
There you go. We set that up perfectly.
Evan Ripley laying the lumber down.
Now, there ain't nothing better in hockey than a squeaky clean check, and that was a squeaky clean check. Got him with his head down, came across. Beautiful check from Ripley.
Ripley now holds near side in the corner. 2 Lions down there trying to dig it out. Getting his stick on it was Forney. Still being pressured by 2 Violets. Able to far boards, can't find his outlet pass as a shot from the point is blocked. The hits are coming hard and often as Baum will send it back in. This one Degatano will cover as he senses things are getting a little out of hand here with 6:59 to go.
Yeah, we're starting to feel it now. That hit got everybody like, okay, all right, it's showtime.
This game jumped up a notch, too.
It picked up a notch a little bit there. I like that before the block shot from Ripley. It wasn't a block shot. It was more of a slap, like a block that acted as a pass in a way to get it out to Baum out there.
Penn State will try again. They'll send it in and chase after it. Going after it first is Regan, who'll be tied up by two ice lines. They dig after it. Still a 2-on-1 battle. Good job by the Violet defenseman keeping it down there. Still battling. Puck still finally squirts out for the Lions. DeBoer forced to just play it down low. No one there for Penn State to corral it though. So it comes back to Regan near side. Outlet pass. Gallegos lost it at his feet. Turns it over as a shot. This time by Urban is blocked in front. Comes back to Urban. This one will fire. It's in the breadbasket of Daly though. We'll hold on with 6:14 left. With Sam Daly, the story has been it's a really incredible story. NYU with Jack Neighbor, who's the backup goalie today, played so hard for this guy because of another shot off the draw there.
It's too fast to get stories in sometimes this game.
Well, it's an interesting story because Jack Neighbor, he was a first-team all-goaltender in the national tournament last year. He was pretty much the star back in Salt Lake City a season ago, and now Sam Daly's taken over the reins for the NYU Violets, and he's done quite a good job.
Yeah, because the years before that he was the starting goaltender. He was their guy. Daly was always very, very good at what he does, and I think we're going to get another penalty on Penn State here.
The referee's hand is up. It's a high sticking call. We'll see who they'll take to the box.
20.
It's going to be number 20 for the Ice Lions. That's Frederick Monkman for Penn State. He'll go 2 minutes for high sticking, and the Violets with their second power play of the afternoon. We're 0 for 1 so far.
Chance for NYU here to try to get that two-goal lead back.
So the bell is number 20, Frederick Monkman. It's 2 minutes for high sticking. As the Violets go to work. Here's Conslado, top of the circle, back down low. Esposito gets it right back. Top of the point, Ripley. Thought about a shot, gets it back to Conslado. Holding top of the slot, lots of traffic in front as he fired a shot. It's blocked to the corner. Esposito, top of the point, Conslado, back to Ripley. Ripley over to the far side. Walking in as a shot is turned aside by DeGaetano. Over the far side, getting his feet. Orrin trying to keep it in, able to play catch on the far side. Here's Orrin, top of the point, Ripley. Thought about a shot, this is time to let it go, and it's saved by DeGaetano.
Yeah, effortlessly that puck left his stick.
It still had a lot of heat on it, though.
Exactly, that's my point.
2-on-1 battle down low as it comes to Orrin, top of the point, gives it to Ripley. Orrin's going to thought about lining up. Good play. Trying to block that shot, and a good opportunity. He didn't get a whole lot of it, but it gets in the back of the net. And that's Jack Orrin, gives it a 3-1 lead for NYU.
Ripley's going to get an assist on this, and rightfully so. And here's why I say this might well have been Evan Ripley's goal. Plain and simple, you had Edson flopping around down there to try to block the shot, and valiantly because the block his shot.
It was a great opportunity.
And you just get it over. You just get it over there to Orrin, and DeGaetano was so far getting ready for Ripley's shot that the puck came all the way out, and he didn't really see it. Until it was like right about as it was about to cross the goal line. He had really no chance there, even though the puck wasn't exactly hit all that well.
Yeah, it didn't have a whole lot of weight on the shot, but it was Orrin's 5th goal of the season, and it makes it a 2-goal lead again for the Violets. As we come down to the final 5 minutes of the first period. Over here to the near side, just tapped down into the corner by Regan. Comes around to the far side, it's kept in this time by Finocchio. So pass comes in front, no one there for the Violets to catch it. Breaks out Penn State. Here's Sodrowski back into the NYU zone. Finocchio gets it to it first. Backhands it to Regan up ahead for Baum. Ball's pass off target as it's denied by Penn State. Turnover back in the Lions zone is a good play by Shaby, able to deny that opportunity to break it out. Lions will break it out this time. Here's Moscone. Have it stolen away. Here's Orrin. He's got the 3rd goal for NYU, looking for more. Trying to get past the defender. Sends one in front, and took a deflection wide. Down low, Jorgensen had a man looking for Orrin, but his pass denied by Penn State. They break it out the other way. John First will send one in on Daly. He'll cover this one. Lost it in his pads. And 3:27 left. It's a 3-1 hockey game. NYU The defending champs started off strong here in the first period.
Yeah, they're just getting their opportunities. As a power play goal there before. Penn State making sure that that big number 11 doesn't get a chance to take a shot. That's pretty much the one thing you don't want on their power play, and they were just so focused in on doing so that it's just how the third goal was created for LA.
Here comes Lipkin for NYU, looking to do the same thing that the Violets did on the last rush. There's a turnover. Here's Moeller from the top of the point, and David Tuttle side out the whole way. He'll catch that puck and we'll have another face-off. NYU causing a lot of traffic in front of the Penn State net. That time, David Tuttle had a clear look at that one. Penn State able to win the job, sends it over to far side. Ripley will pinch, able to keep it in. Esposito takes his place at the top of the point, looking for Consolado on the back door. Didn't have a whole lot of weight on the shot though. Puck exchanges hands, now back to Consolado. Has a man in Kowalewski on the back door, but couldn't find him. Was tied up by the defense. Now Kowalewski tips it through two defenders. Has it down low. Consolado poking out in front. Now gets it to the top of the point. Ripley walks in with a wrist shot. Tipped. Loose in front. Kicked a couple times. Penn State, and they score. I don't know how that ended up trickling in. It may be an own goal there. But it is a goal nonetheless for NYU. It's 4-1 with 2:33 left.
I think if you hear that this goal is unassisted, it will be. Kowalewski is going to get the credit for it. But you said the shot was tipped. As a matter of fact, that thing actually hit the post. That was ripped off of. There you go, an Evan Ripley shot. So I think Ripley, if this is going to be Kowalewski's goal, Ripley's going to probably get a primary, secondary assist.
So the Violets extend their lead to 3 here late in the first period. They're taking control of this game. As it comes here to the near side, Horgus will send it along. Gallegos back for NYU. We'll take a check from O'Donnell. Penn State looking for yet another answer. We've only had one to NYU's 4. Ripley does get the primary assist on that goal.
It's going to be Consolado, actually.
So Consolado ended up tipping that home in some way, shape, or form. Because it was just a log jam in front. It kind of looked like one of the defenders for Penn State was trying to get his goaltender to cover the puck and kind of just put it in himself. And Shady puts it back into the Penn State zone. Racing back, Kyle Lees. Lees will come forward. Steps over the far side looking for Horgus, but behind him. Collision at center ice. Is Penn State able to send it in? 1:35 left here in our first period. 4-1 your score. Pass up the near boards. As NYU sends it all the way over to the blue line though. As Beck cut it off, he'll send it back in. Dump and chase again from the Penn State ice lines. Send one in front. Daly had to cover that one. And he's had a couple trickled through his pads a little bit. 1:16 left. He makes yet another save.
And there you go. And Speaking of Daly, I was able to talk to their head coach Chris Costantino, and once one time expires, we're going to play that one for you.
Let's set up the far boards. We'll hear from Coach Costantino, ACHA Coach of the Year last year, I should mention as well. We'll hear from him. Sean was able to sit down with him before our game started. NYU in their own zone, final minute here in the first period. It's been a successful one for the defending champs. They have a turnover now, looking for the backdoor pass, looking for Musco in that time. Now it's tied up 2-on-2 behind the cage. Time ticks down as they still continue to dig after it. As Mueller goes down, he was tied up with number 19, Josh Singley. And Penn State forced to regroup and dump it back in. Final 30 seconds now as Ripley will take a check. This time from Vincent. And we'll get a whistle this time.
Tell me that puck didn't go. Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did go out.
It didn't go out in the orthodox way. It went underneath the door.
There's been some interesting gaps in these doors.
It's this Zamboni door in ring number 2 is the more intriguing one.
Most of the teams, I think about at least 4 or 8 of the teams practiced on this rink yesterday.
Yeah, that puck just will it'll redirect itself or it'll just hit brakes.
Penn State with a shot through traffic just wide of Daly. It's back behind the net again. The team's racing after the final 10 seconds here. Ripken trying to hold on to it. NYU just trying to get out of the period here without sacrificing a goal. Shot is blocked in front. Now holding on to it. He's going to get a shot off that single shoot. It is wide. And that'll do it for our first period. So the NYU Violets open up their title defense. They're the fourth spot on the board. They lead by 3. Over the Penn State ice lines, 4-1 to score after the first period. We'll take about a 15-minute break. But first you'll hear from Coach Cosentino from the NYU Violets. Before this game, Sean, we're able to chat with him. You'll hear that, and then we'll be back with the second period in about 15 minutes. 4-1 to score after the first period. NYU ahead of Penn State.
Coach Chris Cosentino, first game NYU taking on Penn State here. And Chris, it's been a interesting one. Of course, the defending national champs. Sam comes back. He's playing goalie all season long. Just reflect on the season a little bit on the journey to get here.
Yeah, no, it's thanks, Sean. It really is great to be here, and we have such a young group, and we had a little bit of a rough start in the beginning, but the boys stuck together. They stuck together, and we found our rhythm, and I think we're playing pretty good hockey right now. And the Sam story, it's just every day I see the kid, I want to give him a hug, and not just that he's here, but he's playing as well as he has, and it really is a big component of the attitude of our hockey team. So we're excited to be here and ready to get going.
It definitely makes the story that much better. And going into this tournament, what are you guys looking to do? Because as it is known, being the defending national champs, everyone's got a target on the back, the whole 9 yards with that. What are you guys looking to try to do to make sure that you guys are going to be back where you were last year?
Yeah, definitely the past 2 years, being at the tournament, we learned a lot, and the key is, just really taking it one day at a time, and there's so much going on, and you can get caught up in all the other games and everything like that. You really just got to focus on what you can control, and that's just, how you go about your business as a hockey team, and obviously the name of the game is to win, that's why we do what we do, but, at the same time, we just need to just go out there and just play good hard hockey for 60 minutes.
All right, there you have it. Thank you very much, Mr. Cosentino. Good luck to you, and congratulations also on getting here.
Awesome, I appreciate it.
Check 1, 2. Checking that static here. See where we're at on that. I wonder what that static is, actually. All right, so if I leave that there, that'll be fine. Oh, jeez, it's this. Oh. Okay.
All right, that's way up there. We can put that here, almost. Put that right at a quarter. Sounds fine.
Check 1, 2. Yep. There's room. Good.
Good. All right, hockey fans, welcome back to Westchester, Pennsylvania, as we get ready to go for our second period between the NYU Violets and the Penn State Ice Lions. 4-1 your score with NYU ahead through the first period. Matt Coma and Sean Bretherick here for the call. Sean's going to take over for play-by-play on this in this period, so we'll send it over to Sean, and it's all yours, buddy.
Well, Matt, I thank you. As the Violets and the Ice Lions will flip it here with DiGaetano to our left, Daly to our right. Looking like it will be Moscone with number 26, the captain, Urban, and number 12, John First on the lines. Esposito, Consolado, Kowalewski on for NYU with, I believe it's going to be Muller, and I couldn't get the other name on that yet, but we'll get that in a second. Oh, well, of course, Ripley. Believe it or not. Anyway, send it into the zone. I always try to sneak that in there. As this one is going to be played around, and NYU quickly onto the pressure. Penn State attempting to clear. Moscone tries to get it to the point, but there's Ripley to send it back down low. Consolado gets enough in the way, so Esposito is able to pick up the loose puck, and then gets it back from Consolado, who shoots it across. Esposito gets it behind the net and try to go to the same exact play that they to Kowalewski that they scored on the first period, but couldn't get that play made there as Ripley just backhands it into the zone as DiGaetano just kind of lets that go. Sent all the way down the other side. Sorry there. And
you can really tell that the NYU is really trying that play in front, that play behind the net, and just try to send it low slot. It worked the first time. It hasn't worked since, though.
Keaton Baum put a shot on net that's going to get saved by DiGaetano and go up and out of play. So first stoppage, 18:52.
It's a big penalty or a big period for Penn State here to try and respond after giving up those 2 goals halfway through the first period. They need an answer here, at least at some point in this period. The game's not over yet, but they will need something here in this period to try and move forward.
Here's a chance right here for Penn State. Moving on in, a shot save made by Daly. And he squared up to that one as he was looking to make sure nothing else would happen off that shot from Sadrowski. Face off to his left. Just stays right where it was and lifted up and out there by Shabby. All the way down, no icing. This is played by Shabby, who had that puck get tipped away from him. Sadrowski also down there on a forecheck. Actually, no, back check. What am I saying? There's this one sent across, nobody home, but taking away back the other way come the Ice Lions with Falth. Only for a moment. Now it's Forney that's to send it up further. Back into the zone, though, by Reagan. And now finally can be Sadrowski again. Moves in. Sadrowski over the bar with the shot. Forney comes back to it, and we'll look to get something going here. Just puts I'm guessing it was a shot on. It went wide, and it'll be picked up again by Beck. But taken away, and the other way it goes. This is cleared down ice. There should be icing. It is. I didn't see any arm up because, well, that man was right below us here. We couldn't see him. 17:43 to go, 4-1 NYU.
Penn State with a great start to the second period. They've gotten the majority of the chances here through the first 2.5 minutes or so, and that last chance by Sadrowski had a great opportunity there as well. Just haven't really been able to figure out Daly so far, though.
This is Reagan who lifts this up and out. Beck able to send it back in. Finocchio sends up and out to Baum, who left it back, and that didn't make any of the coaches happy about. I can hear from here. Anyway, neutral zone sent back down in by Bogdash. Now Finocchio tries to get this one up. Baum once again trying to get it out, can't do it. Reagan with some good pressure here, and now once again Penn State puts it back in. Daly leaves it for Finocchio, and he'll backhand it up to Baum, who tries to get it up, can't do it again. He tries to go down low with it again, and it'll be Finocchio who will skate out with it this time. Here's Finocchio. Keeps it going here. Connor Finocchio takes the shot. It got blocked. Jorgensen is going to get this puck and backhand it, but nobody there except for some Penn State Ice Lions. One of which is Herman. He brought it back up the other way.
Neutral zone Jorgensen. Bothered there by Edson. And that was a bouncer that played Fitz with DiGaetano for a second there. That was interesting. Here's Gillette, the captain for NYU. He'll send it across. As it'll be back the other way by Bogdash. And into the zone it goes. Gillette will gather. Gillette will try to stretch it out. It's intercepted. This is Horgas. Keeps the puck. Horgas in. Tries to stretch a man or try to get Jake O'Donnell the puck there. He has it now to the point. Back and forth they go. Monkman gets that one down and around to the point. Brought down there by O'Donnell there, but the puck ultimately comes back out. And sent back in as they'll reset. Off the boards, and this one goes all the way down. This will not be icing as this went off of the stick of Lees.
You can see what NYU's trying to do, though. They're trying to just ring it around the boards, and then that quick outlet pass to the center once they catch it on the boards. But Penn State doing a good job of denying that opportunity, though.
Here's Morgan, who the puck just kind of kicked on him there, as Daly just puts the brakes on this one for Ripley. Muller will try to send that back around again as it just finds its way to the near side boards. Ripley again controls. Up and not out of the zone. Nice job by Demeester. Shot on goal, save made. Rebound came across the behind the back pass. Nobody home there on the doorstep. Battle for it here. The boards. Here's an opportunity. A shot blocked by Ripley. Evan Ripley blocking the shot with his skate. And that is the only reason that puck didn't get past Daly.
Well, that's a great defensive play. We were talking about his offensive capabilities in the first period. Just showed he can get it done on the other end on that last chance.
He's more known. He's like Chara. He's a good defenseman with a big shot. That's what he is.
Penn State all over NYU here, though.
Yeah, got to put the biscuit in the basket though. Here's Gillette taken away, and now they're going to say offside.
That's too bad. Yeah, Ryan Urban, he was off to the races with a chance there, but unfortunately offside, blown down by the officials.
And that was offside before the fact, so that's why that wasn't canceled out. And so much so, because it was intentional, it's going to go all the way to the Penn State zone. Or just outside it, I should say. So it's a two-zone. That's a two-zone offsider right there. And it'll go into the neutral zone. Nicely done. Here's Sadrowski with it. Sadrowski shooting and just a little wide at the corner. He had his spot picked. Just missed it a little bit. All the way down for icing as it's touched up by Felth. And absolutely, Matt, the pressure is on right now. It's just all about can they finish one and get one in.
Well, they got to start getting shots on frame. Most of the ones they've had so far have not really tested Daly that much. They had the one chance that they did they had, but Ripley blocked it. So Daly really hasn't had to see too much.
Conslado kept that one going up, and Kowalewski gained the zone, and here's Esposito. Waits, gives it back. Kowalewski with an opportunity, misses the wide. He tried to go stick side on DiGaetano. Didn't work. Loose puck. Oh, that went across. I don't know how close that was from this angle, but Forney nonetheless goes down the ice. And here is a chance perhaps for Bonazelli, the goal scorer for Penn State earlier on in this one. But it's just once again going to get sent back out. Bogdash was the one that sent that back in. Now what do we have?
It's a delayed offside.
And that's going to end up putting the puck in the Penn State zone.
And they may call this one will be the intentional offside.
Yes. As
you could hear the linesman on the far side. He was yelling for probably 10 seconds. Penn State not really listening to the call.
Well, in any event, it's Beck. And now backhanded back into the zone by Boyda. And it's going to be Bogdash who had it. Now he's going to get it back again. Boyda coming in on a charge, and Bogdash is able to get that one away. Demeester, or so that was actually Edson, pardon me, as this one was sent in by Herman. Picked up over there by Arsenisu. That's not a name that I called at the SECHL championship game. That was not one of the names. Anyway, Bogdash is going to gather this one up with 13:06 left to go second period. all the way up, and that's played with a high stick. And that's a Ripley high stick, so that's easily about seven feet up there in the air. Clock stops 12:59, second period.
You can kind of feel it's a pretty good game we're seeing here in the second period. The teams have even out. Penn State's had the momentum, but they haven't been able to capitalize on it so far. They're letting NYU starting to kind of creep back into it. They gotta capitalize here if they want to keep the Violets at bay here.
Yeah, it's definitely a great game as long as you're not looking at the scoreboard right now. That's really all it is. It's been a fantastic game for sure.
I'm curious what the shots are. Say all the other rinks have the shot counts on the board.
Yeah, this is the only one that doesn't have it.
The rink 2 here doesn't have it.
And now, for whatever reason, they are putting the puck in the NYU zone. I'm not sure what the stoppage was.
I think it was a high stick maybe.
Oh, yeah, it was played with the high stick.
It
was played with the high stick in the neutral zone, so that's probably something like that. Puck played into the offensive zone for NYU. Orn comes up with it. Orn shooting, save made. The rebound came out and sent back down. This is going to move be too slow. It's going to be waved off. Muller will gather for NYU with some pressure and sent around. As it's being fought out on the boards right here, Ripley emerges. Off the boards and down, and O'Hara offside.
Yeah, just unfortunately caught it on the wrong side of the blue line there. Got to make sure the puck gets across that blue line before you can bring it in on your backhand, but you got to make sure that you have the puck before that crosses the blue line, though.
Face-off will be to the outside. It is Fisher. Fisher. And now Morgan shooting it wide. Morgan will try to send it around, but ultimately taken back up the other way there by Moscone. Sent into the zone and going after it is first by himself into the corner. His number 12 counterpart, the captain for NYU, Golette, was able to get that one around. And not out. And fished at, and now finally Morgan comes out with it. Morgan waits, put a shot on. That went wide all the way. Lipkin turned around and tried to get a shot off and couldn't do so. Falth sent that one around. Reagan, now Morgan again. Lipkin, Morgan again, trying to, puck was around his feet. He was trying to gather that up. Morgan again. Now Lipkin. Lipkin leaves it off for Fisher. Fisher shooting. That one deflects over the bar. Morgan in front. That one sent up and out of the zone, out of play here, and that will stop play. 11:20 to go. 4-1 NYU. And now what do we have here? They're gonna they're looking for who knocked it out. They're gonna say it was a tip by NYU or no?
I think it was tipped by NYU. That way the Penn State could change on that one.
So if that's the case, then why is the puck in the zone? Shouldn't it come out? Or is that just NHL?
I believe I'm not entirely sure,
okay.
Sean.
No, that's right. Conslato. Forney gets the interception, though, as he just sends that one up. Finocchio puts the brakes on. Big pressure coming in there. Conslato gains the zone and taken away there by Bogdash. Good job there. But Finocchio leaves it for Esposito. Had to kick it to himself, and he just has to wave at it to send it in farther. Out and around, but Esposito's going to gather it and go to the point for Reagan. Back across to Conslato. Conslato moves in. Wines fires. It's blocked. On its way. Loose puck came over, and Sadrowski will skate out with it. One-on-one as he tried to poke it to himself, but Reagan is able to get the puck and then swung on and missed there by, I think it was Kowalewski, and all be strike one. Anyway, Conslato sending it back down low again as NYU going for a full change. Off the boards and Forney for Penn State, and now left off. Here is another chance. Oh, in front. Chance across. Oh, and the puck just bounced around too much there. Gallegos with bomb was just unable to connect as they had a good opportunity to put Penn State down 4.
Well, and they compounded the the bad pass with knocking the net off over on that far side. So it's a face-off. Not only did you not capitalize on the 2-on-1, you have a face-off back in neutral ice.
Off the draw, here is Demeester. And Ripley, that one got sent back up. Baum's going to end up with it in the neutral zone and bring it in. Baum shot, save made by DiCatano. And he'll hang on to that one, 10-04. Remain in this second period. 4-1 is your score in favor of NYU.
NYU's starting to feel it a little bit more. They came out probably a little flat-footed in that second period. Game's evened out a lot more over the last couple minutes.
Back the other way, it's Edson, as the puck never really got anywhere farther than the red line. Ripley will skate it around, lose the puck, and it'll be taken back for a moment at least by Demeester, and the puck is in the zone now for Singley. Singley put the brakes on and spun around, kicked it to himself, and then went back to Edson there. Now to the point, it's Demeester, back to cross the way. Another shot deflects! Puck loose in front. It got poked away, but the puck is returned. Edson couldn't get a pass away, and it was not handled there by Singley. Now sent into the zone. Change for NYU, and now Demeester will pick this one up and send it out, but not out. Up and not out. O'Hara shot wide, and Boyda will wait for it and has to send it down low. O'Hara is going to be down there with Lees. O'Hara back to the point. Here's Gillette. Puts the brakes on, gets more room. Gillette has to throw one in. That's saved. Rebound! And then one sent wide. And now what? Down went a Violet. O'Hara.
It's a penalty, too. We're getting a holding call.
It's going to be a hold. I'm guessing this is going to be on Penn State here. We'll see.
It's going to be on NYU.
Wow, it's going to be O'Hara.
So he goes down and he gets the holding call.
Yeah. So 8:53 remains. So it's a power play here for Penn State. This is an opportunity for them to try to get one here.
We'll get it with the media timeout first, though.
That's right, and I have it right here, so don't you worry. You're watching the ACHA Division II National Championships live here from Iceline Quadrings here in Westchester, Pennsylvania. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Gong Show Hockey, Warrior, and Howie's Hockey Tape, the official tape provider of the ACHA. Of course, GreatSkate.com, Sherwood, and Harrow Sports, along with, of course, Matthew, Utah, not Utah State, what am I doing? Utah, and, of course, your group of guys are able to get all this set up from last year and this year for the broadcast.
We also like to thank the Westchester Visitors Bureau, the Iceland Quadrings, and App Hammer as well. All host rink sponsors. We thank them for everything they've done so far here this weekend, and it's been a great tournament so far. We're only day one, but still got a lot of hockey to go.
Yes, we do. A lot of fun. It's usually you see the speed. You'll see a lot of the speed in this, and today, and then tomorrow it'll, the teams that really rely on their speed are really the ones that really take advantage on the first day. And when it comes to days 2 and 3. Conditioning is what really then matters after that point.
It's really all that off-season work and all that time in the weeks coming up to this is really tested in day 2, day 3, especially day 3 if you're fighting for, I assume most of these pools, just looking at the games, they're going to be coming down to those Sunday games. It's going to be a great tournament to watch.
I agree. Puck fought onto the corner. Morgan couldn't get it out. It's going to be taken here by First. First threw one down, and it'll be gathered up by Urban. To the point. Bonazelli back to Urban. Urban fires, save made, and that one comes out to Gillette, who couldn't get it away from Urban. Urban backhanded, and that one just comes all the way up to the blue line and out. Chasing this one down, Bonazelli. NYU gets a change. This is tipped in. It was going to not be icing, and it'll be kept up, but thrown up and not out. Taken it here by Lees. Puck loose here, backhanded down low farther. Good chance here. Oh, behind the back pass attempt. Did not go to where he wanted it to, and it'll be once again Bonazelli to pick it up down the other way.
I like what Penn State's doing on the power play, though. They're moving the puck around. They're just not getting that final pass. We're going, let's something off the fix here in the last minute.
Horgas has this one here as he still plays it out to the point. That was Moscone. Now another chance here. A couple bounces, and that one just missing that near that far post. To the point again. Another shot on. That one, I believe, grazed the left post, but that was being hugged by Daly, and it's sent all the way down again. Stop there, DiCatano does. Moscone will gather it and leave it back for Edson. And that was Singley who gave it back to Edson. Edson put the brakes on and sent that one up. They say it was tipped. Daly just sends it around. Played there by Moscone. He kicks it, and it'll go around. Singley. Moscone. 2 seconds are remaining here as Edson throws a shot on. Save made by Daly, and the rebound was gobbled up. As the power play ends at 6:49 to go in the second period, as the NYU Violets are able to kill it off.
You're seeing the intensity pick up a little bit here in the second period. Penn State did a good job on the power play. They unsuccessfully couldn't put it in the back of the net, though, but the teams are starting to get into those confrontations in front of the net a little more. It's gotten a lot more physical, especially with Penn State starting to kind of influence the game a little bit here in the second period, but I like what I see out here, though.
There's a tough uphill battle for a team that, just on paper here, doesn't score too many goals. That's just what it is on paper.
When your leading scorer only has 18 goals, that's
yeah.
Compared to some of these other teams that have at least 20.
O'Hara will play, waits, hounded, and finally bumped off the puck there by Monkman. And Orn played it across. Oh, and the puck was loose for a second. DiCatano just gobbled it up finally. Play a stop, 6:18. Everybody's changing. Looks like
that's a wholesale change right there.
Yeah, looks like it's Moscone. Looks like it's First with Fouth and Urban. Shabby, Gallegos, Bomb, Finocchio, Arsenisu. Moscone gathers this one up. He'll try to get it out of the zone, but Shabby will not let that be easy. Now Urban will finally get it out. Gains the zone into it and all the way around, as this one will be chased down by First. And Moscone ends up with a loose puck on the far side boards. Now taken away by Finocchio, though, for NYU, and he'll play it out to Shabby, and Shabby will try to gain the advantage here once again. Shabby with the shot. Glove save DiCatano. Hold on with 5:42 to go. As the score remains the same, 4-1. It was 4-1 coming into this period.
I'd say it's been a good period so far. Both goaltenders have been pretty solid. I'd say on that opportunity, both these goaltenders are good enough where you're not going to get those kind of surprise goals. You're going to need some traffic in front. That's what we've seen on most of these goals, especially on NYU side. They got a lot of traffic in front.
Off the draw comes to DiCatano, and he'll hold on to it with 5:40 to go. So a couple seconds elapsed on that.
Say DiCatano, the better goaltender stat-wise between this duel between Daly and DiCatano. He's got a 1.89 goals allowed average, a 93% save percentage. He's been pretty good this year.
A team that's all about their defense, all about defense and goaltending, and winning tight games, really. Around it goes here on the far corner. Kowalewski tries to get it up and does. Kowalewski's going to skate it in with Conslato. Kowalewski couldn't get the backhand shot. Fantastic job there by Lees to get his stick in there. Now
that's going to be a penalty on Kowalewski. As you mentioned, it was a great defensive play. And
frustrations happened on that one.
Absolutely. It's a slashing call. Actually, they're going to take them both.
Really?
We got a slashing call and a cross-checking call.
Interesting. So that means they'll skate 4-4.
That's too bad because I think that the play by Lees, I think that was just a great example of defense there until they got a little chippy after the play. You rub the man out into the boards. You did what you had to do to deny him the opportunity to come towards the front of the net. You get rewarded by the other guy taking a swipe at you after the play. Unfortunately, the cooler heads didn't prevail, and then we'll play 4-on-4.
Gallegos, Baum, Finocchio, and Reagan are the 4. Looks like it's Fouth, Singley, Edson, and Beck for Penn State. That was Fouth. Now Baum for NYU comes in. But now it looks like it'll be Singley who backhanded that one around. Fouth. Now Singley's actually out here. But now a chance possibly here for Penn State. Edson moves on in. Edson moved in there, and a shot was never really taken. It was just hanging there in front of Daly as this is sent back in again. Finocchio will try to skate right out with it. Leaves it over for Gallegos. Gains the zone and across to Reagan. Winds and fires, blocked. And now the other way is Edson again. 2-on-3. And the 3 will prevail on that one. Singley will retreat. 4:14 to go here in the second period. A chance opportunity maybe for Beck. Makes one man miss, but the puck ran away from him a little bit, and it'll be taken by Baum. Poke check nicely, though, by Beck. And the puck will just get sent back out again. Herman. And sent into the zone there by Vincent. A bouncing puck that actually ended up in front there off the corner. Played in the zone there, in the neutral zone by Demeester, and sent back in again. It's Finocchio. Playing this one up and out. Jorgensen will bring it up. 30 seconds on this 4-on-4. Leaves it off for O'Hara, just a little too far. Vincent gets it back. Tries to force his way into the zone here with Bonazelli. And O'Hara's going to come out with it.
Say Vincent was shaken up, coming back to the bench on that last hit.
Jorgensen backhands this down low, and it's going to end up onto the stick of Demeester for a moment. Now it's going to be Fouth. Now first. Good chance here perhaps. Oh, good play defensively out in front of the slot there. That was Moscone who went up and over a defender there. Orn with a shot, and he scores! On the other side, that the other way, Jack Orn. He only had 4 goals coming in. He's got 2 already. He's feeling he's got the touch all of a sudden. But 2:47 to go, second period. The NYU Violets do extend their lead by 4. It's now 5-1.
Well, and you mentioned he doesn't score a lot of goals, but that's a goal scorer's goal right there. Degatano, we mentioned he doesn't give up a whole lot of goals. It's defense first. He just sniped the near corner just over the top of the blocker. A great shot.
Off the draw, it'll come back to Moeller, and now it's Conslato. Out in front, backhander. That's going to pay some. That's going to cause a little trouble. I believe the net came off.
Hand pass.
I was going to say hand pass. Well, the net came off too.
Net came off as well.
How was the first thing that I saw? Well, that's usually what I go
It's a
with.
variety of calls. Just take your pick.
Well, a draw. It'll be Esposito and Horgas. And kept in by Muller. And Malbec will try to get it out. And Horgas is able to help him out with that. Muller chases this one down as the Violets now up by 4. Speaking of 4, Jake O'Donnell, number 4, picked this up, and he still has it, and delayed offsides was called.
A little bit of a late call from the linesman here on the near side. Penn State kind of gave up on the play there, thought it was offside. The whistle never blew, though.
Arsenisu, Gallegos, Shabby, Baum, and Gillette. Or excuse me, Boyda. That's on there. Boyda gets it here. Back to Arsenisu. Boyda off the boards. Baum backhands it in. Shabby gives chase. Bogdash is also down there for Penn State. Sent up, not out. Gallegos able to settle the puck down and find Shabby. Shabby finds Arsenisu. Shooting score! Arsenisu, who himself only had 3 goals going in, He finds his spot, and with 1 minute 50 seconds to go, it's now a 5-goal lead, 6-1 NYU in the second.
Well, I think the Violets have found a spot to shoot on Degatano. Look at the last 2 goals. What do they have in common? Top shelf, near side, blocker side, both in the same spot.
That's not the best of feelings when you're a goalie and it's like, they found a spot.
There was a lot of room. We could see it perfectly from up here. There was a lot of room to shoot that puck.
I think everybody on the NYU bench to our left, as I was calling it, everybody was got up off the bench to stand because they were getting ready. Like, oh, he's got a chance, and then he got the puck past Degatano.
Stuff like that when the stars align and you see it all unfolding in front of you.
There you go. Good shot by Arsenis. It was 4th of the season overall. As this puck comes up and out. 1:16, or was that? Or was that?
I think it's an 8 out there.
1:18 to go.
You know, I'm really disappointed with that. This game is as lopsided as it is. Penn State's doing a good job, but NYU just capitalizing on their chances. That's really what it comes down to.
They're scoring goals in bunches. Here's Finocchio. Into the zone it goes, and it'll be a waffle board to the side there by Degatano and sent back up out the other way. Finocchio with 1:08 to go. O'Hara backhanded this one up, but taken away there by Vincent. Vincent moves in, left it back, and that was sent up into the crowd of the Penn State fans, I believe.
Yep, some of the lucky Penn State fans going home with a D2 National spot.
Is there a logo on that?
I think there is a logo on that one.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good, though.
I heard they were in short supply, though, this weekend.
Well, yeah.
So those are good souvenir items, then.
So eventually they're going to get down to the practice pucks if they have to. I mean, there's some.
We were told there were new pucks. There were just a limited number of the logo ones.
Oh, okay. So that's it. Here's Jorgensen. Just off balance took the shot, and Degatano saves it. Jorgensen has a laugh with himself and his teammates afterwards. So 45 seconds will be left to go, and
I'm interested to see what both coaches say going into the next period as well. Here, it's a 5-goal game, but still have 20 minutes to play here. Do you keep pushing forward? Do you maybe get a couple of goals on Penn State's end, or from the NYU spec, do you take the foot off the pedal a little bit? We'll see how that all unfolds.
It's one of those interesting parts of the game. Like, you're up by a lot. Here's another chance. Spinning around, and Lipkin said he scored, and he did! He put his hands up, and then it took about 10 seconds until one of the linesmen came across and pointed his hand towards where the puck was. And Lipkin, it just gets more weirder. Gil Lipkin only has 2 goals, and he just scored that one. Like, what is happening?
We have seen this on most of the rings so far here. It's not the usual names you're getting goals from this weekend. It's the little guys.
William Patterson. Oh, here's another shot. That went wide. William Patterson game was usual suspects. As it's Morgan. Just put one in front. And it'll be with 15 seconds with 14 and 13. Send up all down the other way. They going to call icing on this? No.
Oh, they waved it off.
I didn't think they were going to call it.
Only 10 seconds.
Yeah, 6 seconds. When it's like 6-goal lead, it's kind of one of those things. Here's a quick shot. Oh, no, blocked it, I believe it nicked the post, though. And Daly, with the expression he just gave, I think that's what happened. Oh, well, almost a quick late one there from Penn State, and we'll see if we'll get a word. I guess we're going to get I guess we'll hear from Coach Cosentino. We'll see if we can grab his attention. Just making sure we get that. That way he doesn't go running off. And Matt Soma is going to probably have to bring him out to the ice a little bit. There you go.
Right up there.
Yeah. And Soma's down with Chris Cosentino. Go ahead, Matt.
All right, thank you, Sean, down here with Coach Constantino. Coach, that's a great first 2 periods to start off your national campaign up by 6 goals.
Yeah, we're playing fast. We're playing fast. We definitely want to come out and play a quick game. But yeah, I mean, we got another period to go here. So, and this is a good team over there at Penn State. So we're not gonna sit on this.
It's been a pretty physical game, and you guys have the lead. What's the mindset moving forward for the third?
We don't want to give them time and space, and I think that's what it is. I mean, we're not a team that's always looking for big hits or anything like that. We just want to defend quick, and we got a lot of respect for that team over there. So we don't want to give them any time and space because we're pretty sure they'll take good advantage of it.
All right, Coach, best of luck in the third.
Thanks, bud.
All right, Sean, back up to you.
All right, there you have it, folks. Chris Cosentino, we thank you. As we'll take a timeout here. Third period of action coming right around the corner here on YouTube here. ACHA Hockey Division 2. 7-1 is your score in favor of NYU after 2.
All right, folks, back for our third and final period between NYU and Penn State. The Violets leading 7-1 through 2 periods. No penalties carry over into our third and final period as we get ready. Here, about 30 seconds gone. Penn State in their offensive zone looking for some kind of positive tally here as they send one in front. It's well wide. Lees will keep it in for Penn State. He'll send it down low just past the stick of Ripley. Trying to center pass. It was cut off by Esposito. He'll skate it ahead himself. Over to the far side, Consolado. Consolado will float one high over the new goaltender for Penn State. It's number 39, Matt Ehrlichman. As Penn State now ahead here on the near side. Forney gives it to the near side. Shot rings off the post. And we get a delayed call with 18:53 left as Ripley is down, taking a high hit there. It'll be Forney to the box for Penn State. As a great opportunity for Penn State to try and get on the board. That was John First ringing it off the far post. It is a penalty on Penn State. It goes to number 7, Francis Forney. We didn't see a signal given from either official, though, as to what the penalty was. But 2 minutes up on the board, nonetheless. 18:53 to go here in our third period. The Violets with a power play here.
There's a big curl early on in the third here.
As Penn State wins the draw, they'll send it all the way back down the ice. Daly back out there. As we mentioned, there's a new goaltender in net for the ice lines. Number 39, Matt Ehrlichman, is now in between the pipes. As Digitano's day is done. As Daly makes a save here on the power play. 18:34 left here in the period. 1:41 left in the power play. There's all the face-off here on the near side.
You should have seen the shock on my face when I came back into this rink and saw that they were playing. I thought they were coming out to warm up. That's why I didn't see anybody while I was out there. I thought I had time. Catches up on you pretty quick there.
It's been a day of blowouts here so far.
Yeah.
Here on day one at Nationals, we saw an 11-1 game between Florida Gulf Coast and Keene State. That's a 2-3 matchup in Pool C. Mm-hmm. We've seen a couple lopsided scores. You have the 7-1 score here. You've got a 6-2 game between Lindenwood Belleville and Boston in the third period as it stands right now. ACU lead at Michigan State still somewhat close in a high-scoring affair, 6-4 after the second period. And then the Rink 4 has been the games of the day as Liberty, the top seed in their pool, they're only up 3-2 on the bottom seed on the West in the ASU Maroon Sun Devils. 3-2 after the second period was that score.
That would be an interesting outcome.
And it's a shot saved by Ehrlichman. It goes to the near side. Violet's able to keep it in with White. As Violet's looking to extend their lead. Goes to Gillette, near side. White across the zone. No one can get a stick on it, though. Over the far side now. Baum floats one to Finocchio. Has time. He'll go down low. Walking in is White. Has a man in front. Score.
Wow.
Gallegos gets one in, and it's now a 7-goal lead for NYU.
Yeah, this has been, for lack of a better term, impressive. The question's always asked, like, what are they, why do they keep it scoring? Well, it's really simple. If a tiebreaker comes down between, if a tiebreaker comes down to it, Penn State having the goals allowed already up to 8 now is a little bit troublesome in that category.
Yeah, so Penn State could go undefeated the rest of the way. They probably still won't advance due to the high score here. Still a lot to play for Penn State, though, as they are offside here. That's a delayed call, so NYU will have the opportunity to skate it ahead. Over the far side, Orn will send it around the boards. O'Hara going after it near side. Dodges one check, but couldn't hold on to the puck. Now a shot from Arnesu. Couldn't hold on. Now over to the near side, Jorgensen. Jorgensen down for O'Hara. Sends one in front. As it comes down to the top of the point. Sent back down low. Back out to center ice. Good hit on the far side by number 7, Forney. He took the penalty for Penn State as the penalty was over thanks to the power play goal. Here's Fisher for NYU. Looks for the backdoor pass. Atkins had number 16, O'Hara.
Yes.
Pass just a little off target. His puck deflected on a play into the NYU parent section.
There was a couple Penn Staters there.
Yeah, a couple Penn State.
There was the healthy scratches, and one of them was looking at his tablet, probably watching Middle Tennessee complete the upset over Michigan State.
Yeah, we got another tournament going on during this tournament.
Yeah, and of course the one that's looking down on the tablet is the one that the puck comes right at.
You always got to pay attention when you're at the hockey rink.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what level you're watching, the puck will find you. NYU in its own zone. Lipkin trying to send it along. He'll take a bump. Only gets it to the red line, sent right back in by the Ice Lions. Pinocchio back. He'll play it for Regan. He couldn't hold on to the puck, though. Here comes Penn State. O'Donnell. Top of the point. A shot redirected by NYU, but a good save from Daly. Able to turn it aside and out of play.
Those are tough. Those are tough to gauge, but luckily for Daly that the redirect was right in front, was pretty much right at the high slot, so he had a lot of time to adjust.
It was actually a really good tip from the NYU defender. Well,
if only it was on the other goalie.
NYU wins the draw. Esposito back behind the net for the Violets. Leaves it. Right ahead is Mueller. His pass too high for Kowalewski to snag, but Penn State touches it, so no icing. Ice Lions back with foul. They'll set it up, send it over the far side. Getting back out to center ice. Good cross-ice pass from Edson off the stick of Horgus. Now coming front, we're going to get a penalty on the Violets. It'll be a hooking call with 15:23 left. The Ice Lions will try get a chance to try and do some damage of their own here on the power play.
Yeah, it's going to be Kowalewski again.
That's his second trip to the box this afternoon.
Yeah, so good chance here for the Penn State. For Penn State again, it's you have this situation here. You got to try to get a couple quick ones in this under 10-minute period here to have yourself to be put into some position.
So Penn State on the power play. It's their second attempt here this afternoon. They're 0 for 1. So it comes to the top of the point. Shot through traffic is blocked. Comes right back to Bonazelli. Over the far side now, a shot directed out of play. And we'll stay down low with 15:02 left in the period. 1:40 left in the power play. As Lee's had the opportunity on that last chance for Penn State. Face-off won by the Lions. Lee is across the ice. Bonazelli sprawling save from Daly as he's able to keep that puck out of the net. Kind of an unorthodox save from the tender from NYU.
Yeah, that was a strong one though. He had to will himself over there.
Lions back on the attack. And it's first looking for something in front as Daly has to snag that one. Came out in front. 1:14 left in the power play. 14:36 on the game clock. Penn State doing a good job again, creating chances on the power play.
Yeah, and not for a lack of effort, with Penn State today. They've been playing with the speed, and not to mention, just the score of it right now. Just NYU has been able to capitalize on their chances that they've gotten a little bit more of than Penn State, and Penn State just hasn't been able to. It looks like right now, and you mentioned before that Daly made that unorthodox-looking save. It looks like he might have caught maybe caught his blade, just getting over there, caught an edge right on his crease, and that's what they're working on right now.
Yeah, it looks like a little ice repair here.
It's like this guy, this one official here knows knows what he's doing out there with that. When it comes
little
to that
handyman
repair.
in our linesman here.
He looked like he knew. He understands the craft in that situation.
1:14 left in the power play as NYU wins it straight forward. Nice job, O'Hara. Breaks out on a breakaway. Opportunity for the Violets. O'Hara shoots just wide.
Oh.
Decided to go for the shot. He went for the near post. Just fired it wide. 3-on-1 battle. O'Hara gets run over. Good check by number 19. That's Josh Singley.
Man, that whole thing was going so good for O'Hara, and then just at the back end of it, just no.
Penn State has a man in front of them. They can find him, but a good back check from Jorgensen. Able to deny that opportunity for Penn State. Back to center ice with 35 left in the power play. Tapped along by Penn State. Out to play is Daly. He'll send it up the far boards. Kept in, though, by Penn State. Moscone on the top of the point. Try to go down low. Couldn't find Singley. Singley able to get it back now. Goes top of the point. Edson through traffic. It's blocked. Back to him, though. Edson crossed the ice. One time Moscone. A shot went wide. Back up top to Edson. He'll fire a wrist shot. Tipped and saved by Daly. Final 10 seconds of the power play. Penn State with some good opportunities. Again, top of the point. Edson can't hold on to that one. And that'll do it for the power play for Penn State. Another valiant effort, but no goals to show for it. Teams Valley on the far side. It comes to Lipkin here near corner. He gets run into by O'Donnell. 2-on-2 battle. Finally squirts out back to Moeller on the far side. Moeller will play for Ripley. As it's backhanded to the far side. Morgan turns around, tries to get past Zimmerman unsuccessfully. Comes back to Fisher. 7 minutes gone here in the third period. No goals here in the third just yet as the shot from the point is redirected, blocked by his own man. Now comes in front. A chance cleared away by NYU. This will be an icing call as Penn State touches up. Whistle sounds with 12:40 to go.
Yeah, that power play was definitely something that Penn State needed there to try to get a goal. It's just goals just come a little harder to some than most. You know, it's just unfortunate.
And I guess it really comes down to Daly's play as well. Daly's been pretty superb in the net so far for the Violets in this national tournament. It's only day one. We'll see how the rest of the weekend unfolds. Penn State still goes to work. Here's a shot score.
What a shot.
Andrew Beck gets on the board for Penn State. Maybe a little too late, but it's a great goal.
I wouldn't say that. I mean,
they still got tons of time.
It's Penn State. They just need to keep going. It's just real simple. They just need to. That's it. They just got to keep going. Nothing else needs to be said.
It's going to be Beck's 5th goal of the season, another one that doesn't really get his name on the score sheet very often.
That goes to show you when you enter these tournaments, a lot of that stuff has got to get thrown out the window.
Just 7 points going into this game for Beck. So Penn State able to get the first goal of the third period here. As now the lead's been cut back down to 6, 8-2 your score.
See, now what Penn State needs to do is try to get another quick one to try to get NYU stirring a little bit.
NYU trying to regain that 7-goal lead as Consolano will send it all the way in. Back is DeMeester. As the puck goes all the way back down the other way. This is icing on Penn State with 11:42. Getting close to the halfway point of our third period. Just past 5 o'clock here in the Eastern Time Zone. Glad all of you guys are watching us here live on YouTube as we bring you the ACHA National Championship Tournament. The final one of the ACHA. We've had our champions crowned in all the other divisions. Save the best for last, right, Sean?
That's usually that's what's said sometimes. But, depends on who you talk to.
But definitely the most, I would say.
It depends on who you talk to. Yeah.
Over 120 programs in the Division II level of the ACHA here. Whittled down to 16 in this weekend. As a shot takes a redirection off the skate of Monkman into the pads of Daly. Let's cover this one up. Just want to congratulate the Lindenwood Lions winning the Division I ACHA championship. Also the Oakland Bears, the Division III men's champions. Of course, Lindenwood's Division II program is here this weekend. Both Lindenwood programs here, Lindenwood and Lindenwood Belleville.
Yeah, the campuses are very far away from each other.
Exactly. Yeah, say Lindenwood being in the St. Louis, Missouri area, and Lindenwood Belleville, that's in Illinois. So
yeah, it's all Midwest, and all that good stuff. But we know both teams are good. Both teams are very good.
And then you have the other side where you have Arizona State. They have 2 teams here in this competition from the same school.
That's right.
Racing back after that puck was fouled. He's able to make a nice play. Only gets it to the blue line, though.
Look at Jack Orn looking for that hat trick.
Yeah. As this one will be caught by Ehrlichman, and he'll hold on. And we'll get a stoppage of play. 10:46 remaining here in the third period. 8-2 your score. If you're joining us late, NYU led by a score of 4-1 after the first period. They tacked on 3 more in the second to lead 7-1. Both teams have scored a goal here in the third period. As the puck bounces back to Ehrlichman, he'll hold on. And we'll have another face-off. Face-off won by the Lions. 2-on-1 battle now as it's stolen away by the Violets. Top of the point, Regan. No fire or wrist shot. It's wide. Over the far side, digging after it was Edson. Couldn't clear the zone, though, as it comes back to Fisher. A shot. It's easily snagged by Ehrlichman. Will hold on. Another face-off upcoming. Both teams will change up the lines this time. Get closer to the halfway point of the third.
Yep. And it's been a great job all around for NYU. They've been able to do exactly what they've been wanting to do defensively, and just not give them a lot of room. Only on the power plays does it seem like Penn State gets that chance, just when they have a man advantage.
We have yet to see an upset so far here on day one. We had the 1v4 and the 2v3 games in each pool.
We'll keep our eyes on Ring 4.
Yeah, Ring 4 has the potential as the number 4 seed in that pool in Pool B, taking it to Liberty as it stands right now. Pinocchio, top of the point, wrist shot through traffic. Having to look behind him was Ehrlichman. Able to snag that puck, and he's able to earn a whistle. And that leads us to our immediate timeout with 9:46 to go here in our third period. The Violets lead the Penn State Ice Lions by a score of 8-2 here in the third period. We want to thank everybody that has sponsored this year's tournament and the ACHA. We would like to thank Pro Stock Hockey, Bauer, USA Hockey, and Barron Championship Rings, the official championship ring supplier for the ACHA, for helping us sponsor this year's tournament. We also like to thank the Westchester Visitors Bureau, the Iceline Quad Rinks, App Hammer, and our broadcast partners from the University of Utah for making this whole weekend possible. As we are down to our final 10 minutes of this one, NYU comfortably ahead, still by 6. As we want to thank every single one of you guys for watching this weekend. We'll be here all weekend long. 27 games on the docket here on YouTube. You can watch them all by going to YouTube, search ACHA D2 Hockey. That's the easiest way to find us. Or you can go to the Nationals website at ACHA D2, as in the number 2, mensnationals.com. You can check out live stats, and there's also links to our broadcast from there as well. So be sure to check out the website, check out the YouTube feed, and enjoy us all weekend long for this year's national championship here from Westchester, Pennsylvania. 9:46 on the clock, ready to restart play as Penn State wins the draw. We'll play it up the near side, up ahead for Moscone. Retreats into his own zone, tries to go to the near side. It's taken away by Gallegos with a blind pass looking for Shabby in front. As the puck bounces off the side of the net, Penn State will try the far side this time. Ripley comes up from down at his point, able to keep it in for NYU. Now Shabby near side, turns the puck over. Good poke check, gets it back to Shabby. Tries to come in the slot, looking for a bomb on the back door, but stolen away by Penn State. Looking for the home run pass was Bonazelli. Stolen away by Moeller, who'll make it into the NYU zone. Still holds on to the puck before it's finally taken away. Over the far side now, Sadrowski. Wheels around top of the point. Try to look for number 12 first. Couldn't do so. It's back towards the Penn State end. No icing as this goes all the way down. Voigt de Meester will come up the near boards. Dodges one check, but had to push it a little too far. NYU sends it all the way back in. Ehrlichman back for Penn State. Leaves it for Malbec over the far side. As Urban tries to push it ahead, he was met. by the defense. Now top of the point. Shot through traffic is blocked. Over the far side now. Urban back to the top of the point. This one finds Daly as he makes the save. We'll hold on with 8:11 to go.
Yeah, it's just all about if you're NYU, it's just really just trying to gain the puck possession, and just not doing way too much. You don't want to turn the puck over. You don't want to give them a false. According to the Violets, if you're in NYU, you don't want to give your opposition that false sense of hope, or any sense of hope, really.
Shot through traffic, never made it to Daly. As here come the Violets, 3-on-4 as they just throw it in on Ehrlichman. He'll cover. Had us save that puck as it floated in. So we'll have a face-off again here on the far side. Looking at games for tomorrow, this Penn State team will be in action tomorrow at 3:15 Eastern Time. They'll take on Grand Valley State, who were victors over Utah State earlier this afternoon. As for NYU, they get the other game at noon. They'll take on Utah State. That game will be on Rink 3 tomorrow afternoon. Penn State will race after. They get beat out the icing call, so Singley try to play it back down low. Is stolen away by Fisher. Teams dig after it. As NYU able to just get it back out to center ice after a couple of hacks. NYU in the middle of a change. Malbec tried to hurry the play along. Instead, iced the puck, but waved off by the linesman. We keep playing. Up the far side looking for Consolano. They tie each other up. Malbec and Consolano down there. Malbec won that battle. Now trying to inch it down low. Now Esposito in control. 3-on-3 come NYU. As Esposito through the neutral zone. Taps it along. They'll chase after it. Malbec back for Penn State. Able to just play it to the corner. Kowalewski with a pass in front. Was off target. Now a drive from the top of the point is blocked. Now Boyda. He'll fire a shot. It's also blocked. Pass near side. Kowalewski. Esposito across the ice. Back to Esposito, top of the point. Now near side, Boyda. Looking for a shot. Good block. Second attempt. Only cleared out to the top of the point. Esposito. Over to Consolano. Now passing top of the point. Boyda tried a shot. It was wide. Looking for Gallegos to tip it home in front. Penn State back in control, flipping it high in the air. Horgus. NYU will not. Well, they will beat out the icing call.
Well,
they will not get the icing call.
Yeah, they could have waited for the puck to pass the line. They decided not to.
Only 6 minutes to go here in this game. Both teams just playing out the minutes at this point.
It's a respectful thing for NYU to do there because it's you know that it's like 6 goals. To get it. Just it's just like we just want to try to keep the clock running as much as possible.
Absolutely.
I think both teams are at that point now too.
They're both playing it out, and it's good to see it. It's been pretty clean for the most part. As here comes Shabby. Shabby with some speed, trying to get past the defense. Good play by number 16, Andrew Beck. He was the goal scorer the last time for Penn State. As they got tied up behind the net.
Shabby just literally threw him down behind the play,
and we're going to get a whistle here. Hand pass, I would presume.
No penalties.
So 5:25 to go here in our third and final period of the afternoon. The afternoon game's wrapping up.
Score stays the same over there on 4-2 in favor of Liberty at the moment.
So the Flames have added a goal. They led 3-2 after the second period. Looks like our hopes of an upset, at least on day one, may go up in flames. No pun intended.
Pun intended.
I try not to.
If it was me, it would have definitely been intended.
5:12 left here in the third period as we just continue to wind down here.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, we'll have a full slate of games tomorrow. All the games happen at either noon, 12:15, 3 o'clock, and 3:15, as we have all 4 rinks running. Morning games tomorrow. Liberty will take on Lindenwood. Lindenwood, a crushing loss to William Patterson earlier today. Liberty looks like they'll be skating to victory as that came out in front. A good shot saved by Daly. Keeping it in Penn State. Another shot through traffic is blocked. NYU tries to clear the zone, cannot. Play down low. Moscone has it. Tied up with Muller down low. Stolen away now. Here come the Violets ahead. Orn up ahead looking for O'Hara. As Penn State sends it into their own bench. We'll get a stoppage and play with 4:26 remaining.
Yeah, it's this situation. You saw a couple of clearance attempts from NYU, and they weren't able to clear the zone. Those are just the kind of things that you work on in these kind of game situations. You have that golden opportunity to do so.
Puck in the far corner as Penn State looks to break the puck out. Up the near side. Here's First. Looks for the home run pass across the ice to Forney. Able to settle the puck at the blue line. Penn State keeps it in. Back to Forney looking for something in front. A shot went wide. Might have been looking for a pass. Good hit here on the near side by Lipkin.
I heard that.
Right in front of the Penn State bench. Turnover. Now ahead is Morgan to drive. It's deflected wide. Puck settled on the back of the net. The team's able to get it off. Back out to center ice. Regan will have it tied up here on the near blue line. Penn State able to squirt it out towards center ice, but Finocchio got a stick on it. Sends it all the way back in the Penn State zone. Down to the final 3.5 now. As weaving through traffic is Singley. He tried to leave it back for the defense, just off the stick of Harriman. Harriman now will look up the near side, instead ringing around onto the far side. Andrew Beck will retreat. Penn State will try one more time here. Esposito with a good poke check. Keeps it in the Penn State zone. Down low, back to Beck. Consolado tries to keep it in. Good poke check by Beck. Able to keep it going. It's a shot from a one-time opportunity. Singley with the drive that went wide. This goes all the way down the other way. This will be icing on NYU. 2:51 remaining. We mentioned the other games, and we're going to get a timeout for NYU here with 2:51.
Yeah, just a kind of if you got it, I guess, just get the NYU just a quick rest and all that good stuff. I think after this game, we're gonna go and get a couple of words from the winning goaltender for today's game for some obvious reasons.
Yeah, let's say Daly's been playing well. The other candidates for our player of the games, I would say
Org
for sure.
Yeah, it's just sometimes in these games that are unfortunately lopsided. Sometimes it's just it would be interesting to hear what's Sam Daly now a year after everything, and now he's back here again as the defending champs, as the goaltender, that whole thing.
That'd be good to talk to him.
Yeah, I think that's just I thought.
No, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. While we're still in timeout, we'll remind you of the other games tomorrow, the early games tomorrow. NYU, this Violet squad you're seeing on your screen right now, they'll take on Utah State at noon on Rink 3 tomorrow. Lindenwood Belleville starts at 12:15 against Miami, the 1-3 game. That'll be also with Arizona State Elite and taking on Keene State. That's also a 1-3 game. As we're back underway, all those games you'll be able to see live on YouTube, all starting at either noon or 12:15 here on the Eastern Time Zone. Shavy looking to try and split the defenders, was unable to do so. So we're down to 2.5 left. Arnescu will give it back. Now skating ahead. Here comes Gabriel Gillette. He'll send it off the backhand all the way back down low. Shabby was there. Shabby sends it in front. NYU's in the middle of a change, so puck comes back out to neutral ice. 2 minutes to go here.
I don't think they mind that at this point. It's just possession. This is what they want. Doesn't matter where.
NYU just trying to work on the little things here. Penn State wants a goal to try and end this one on a high note. We're now under 2 minutes left. Pass up the near side. O'Hara will just tap it along. Orn looking for his hat trick. He's tied up down low with number 9, Bogdash. It's sent across the Penn State crease over to the far side. Now here's Beck. Plays one along. Sadrowski can't control and sent back down the other way. 80 seconds left here in this one as it comes up the far side. Sadrowski trying to sidestep a man. Instead turns it over to Jorgensen, who shoots. And a glove save by Ehrlichman.
It's just been one of those games now. You're just kind of ticking them down. This is both teams are doing that for different reasons.
Down to our final minute here as it's rung around the boards to the far side. Penn State gets it out. A chance here maybe in the works as Vincent brings it along. He'll fire a shot. Save Daly as a man came flying in. I think that's Zimmerman down there as he trips over Daly's stick. Good opportunity for the Lions to try and add one there. Vincent tied up on that far side. Try to poke it down low for O'Donnell. Comes here to the near side. Zimmerman steals it away. Top of the point. Plays to the far side. Walking in. Leaves a shot. Saved by Daly. Under 30 to go now. Floated high in the air. As going back is Lees. Lees ahead. Just tapped along by O'Donnell. Cut off on that far boards by Boyda. Back to Penn State. A low angle shot goes off the glass. 10 seconds, all that remains here as he goes over to the far side. Forney will take one last check from NYU. 3 seconds, 2 and 1. That'll do it for this one. The Violets begin their title defense in an emphatic way. An 8-2 victory for the Violets. The top seed in this pool, Pool A for the Violets. They skate to an 8-2 victory over Penn State. They'll move on to play Utah State tomorrow. Looking to go 2-0. As for Penn State, they move on. They'll take on Grand Valley State. As the teams meet at center ice for handshakes. As we mentioned, Sean will be downstairs just a moment with Sam Daly. As a great way to start the weekend for the NYU Violets. So NYU, that improves their record to 21-8 on the season, 1-0 here in pool play. The Nittany Lions the Ice Lions fall to 23-4, 0-1 here in pool play. NYU's Utah State's opponent for NYU tomorrow lost to Grand Valley State, who takes on the Penn State winner, or takes on Penn State tomorrow. As we'll get ready for an interview, we'll talk with Sam here in just a moment. As we go down to Sean, he's standing by with Sam Daly. All right, thank you. Thank you, Sean. That'll do it for us here from Westchester, Pennsylvania. Day one is in the books. The NYU Violets beat the Penn State Ice Lions by a score of 8-2 here in Pool A action here on day one of the national tournament. For everybody here with the ACHA here from Westchester, Pennsylvania, we thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. We'll be back with 4 games starting at noon tomorrow, kicking off things with Liberty and Lindenwood at noon Eastern time. For everybody here with the ACHA, for Sean, I'm Matt, and our cameraman, we thank you so much for joining us. You've been watching the 2016 ACHA National Championships here live from Westchester, Pennsylvania. Have a great rest of the evening, and we'll see you tomorrow afternoon.